talking about hierarchical subnetting. In the hierarchical subnetting, subnets can be further created in subnets, right? So let's say in this a subnet S1 subnet is there. So further I divided into 4 subnet, right? So in this subnet, how many IP addresses are there? 2 raised to power 22. Right now I divided into 4 subnet also. So divide by 4. Now it becomes in each subnet 2 raised to power 20. Means S1 4 2 raised to power 20. S11 2 raised to power 20. S12 2 raised to power 20. For S13 2 raised to power 20 number of IP addresses are possible. Okay, the first one IP address is given for the subnet ID, and the last one IP address given for the broadcast ID, right? So number of host address possible 2 raised to power 20 minus 2, but number of total IP addresses 2 raised to power 20, right? You got it. The first IP given for the subnet ID, and the last IP is given for the broadcast IP, and the remaining whatever the IPs are there, we can give to individual host. We can give to the individual host. That is the meaning, right? So similarly, S3 subnet I divided into 8 subnet, right? I divided into 8 subnet. So earlier, how many IP addresses are there? 2 raised to power 22, right? So divide by 8. So it will come 2 raised to power 19 IP addresses are possible in each subnet of subnet 3. Means subnet 3.1, subnet 3.2, subnet 3.3, subnet 3.4, subnet 3.5, similarly like this, right? So this is called hierarchical subnetting. We will see the example, what is the meaning of hierarchical subnetting. Up to here is clear, right? Guys, say yes or no. Okay. So this subnetting, different size is possible, right? Different size, of course, because some let's say this 2 subnet is there, half divided. Further this 2 subnet I divide further this 1 subnet I divide into 2 subnet, S1 and S2, right? So now the size of S1 and the size of S3 will be different size, right? Will be different. Here the let's say the network ID is 52.0.0.0/n. Okay, guys, this /8 means masking. Masking means how many number of 1 possible in 32-bit address. So /8 means in the first octet will be 111, remaining will be 0. It means the first octet will be given for the network, right? So it means it is a class A, right? This is a representation like /10, /11, /12. This way we can represent. There are two way to represent. You have to mention the subnet mask, or you can represent this mask by /something, right? /12 means 12 number of ones are there in the mask, right? So it means 12 bits are given to the network, right? Remaining bits are given to the host, like this. So here the network ID is 52.0.0.0/8, right? So number of in this network, number of IP addresses are 2 raised to power 24, because 8 octet is that first octet is for the network, the remaining 24 bit for the IP host IPs. -2 you have to do first for the network ID, the last for the broadcast. Okay. Now I divide into 2 subnetwork. So divided into 2 subnetwork means 2 raised to power 23 IP addresses goes for S3, and 2 raised to power 23 goes to total S1 plus S2. That S1 and S2 I divide into two subnet. So S1 become again and S2 become again divided, has different size subnet. So see, the first one I divide into half. So half means 52.0.0 and 52.127.1255.255, that much. Now what I am doing here, why 9? Why 9 come here? See, now you have 4 of it. Okay. Erase option is there, no, right?
Undo, sir.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. So see, /8 you understood. Now This is your 32-bit. For subnetting, I have to take some bit from the host part and merge with the network part. This is what we are doing, right? So when in the starting, when you are subnetting, you are doing to half. So only one bit is required, right? So that first bit from the host part, I am taking and subnet it out and put into network. So this 9-bit become as a network part, and remaining 23-bit become as a host part. So in the masking, how many bits are there? 9 bits. That's why 9 bits are there, right? Now I further divided into two subnetwork, right? In the further divided into subnet, one more bit also I included. Right? So that one more bit I included. So for the S1, how many bits in the subnet? 10, right? Because I divided that subnet, I divided into two parts, S1 and S2. So how I'm doing subnetting means something I'm taking bits from the host and putting into network. That is the meaning of subnet, right? So the one bit I took more from the host part and merged with the network part. So that's why this 10 is come in the masking, right? So these 2 bits for the S1. Similarly for the S2, right? For the S1 it is 0, and for the S2 it is 1. We will see, right? And similarly for the for S3, the first one bit is 0. Okay, see, this is the your this 52.0.0.0 to 52.255.255.255. That is a range of whole network. This is the range of whole network, right? So see what I am doing. I'm dividing. So dividing this network. So you know this is my network ID, right? So first half of the address I am giving to the S3. So just use this 0 bit. This is fixed, and then remaining I am giving to the S3. Now the further divide the remaining half. That remaining half I am dividing. So I am dividing into 2. The remaining half I am dividing into 2. The first, if it will 0, let's say if it is 0, this is half done, right? The remaining half, if this is 0, is given to S1, so that a quarter of the address, right? And then 1 is also there. Here, this is also given to the S2. So it means here we are giving 2 raised to power 23. Here I am giving 2 raised to power 22. Here I am giving 2 raised to power 22. This way, because see, half of the address means what? 2 raised to power 24 divided by 2. This is the half address. 2 raised to power 24 divided by 2. This is the half address, right? Which is 2 raised to power 23. Again, I am doing this half is given to S3. The remaining half, 2 raised to power 23, I further divide into 2 parts, divided by 2, which become 2 raised to power 22. Right? So the quarter of the address given to the S1 and the remaining quarter of the address given to the S2. Simple. So see, why masking 9? So in the S3, half of the address is given to the S3. It means only 1 bit I am taking from the host part and merged with the network part. That's why masking is this one. So the mask number is 9, because we are using 8 net bits and 1 subnet bit. Whatever the bits we are taking from that host part, we call it subnet bits. These are the subnet bits. Yes, we discussed last lecture, right? That part. Similarly, S1 is there, we further divided, so the mask number is 10 because we are using 8 net bits and 2 subnet bits. Easy. Similarly, S2, we are dividing using, so the mask number is 10, not 11. This is mistake. This is 10 because we are using 8 net bits and 2 subnet bits, right? So the mask number is 10 because we are using 8 net bits and 2 subnet bits. Guys, any question on this? Bhavya, Gayatri, Nikita, Sanjeev, Sai. Understood, no question. Fine. Fine, easy. Slowly we have to go and easy. No, okay, the next one. This is very important. 1 or 2 questions will come. Maximum 2, minimum 1 will come. 2 to 4 marks. That is a range from the IP addressing. So what I am doing, this is your masking, right? This is your masking /9, and the subnet ID for S3. Subnet ID for S3 is this one, right? See, the whole network is given. The half part, first part, half part, I am assigning to S3. I'm assigning to S3, right? I'm assigning. So what I am doing from 52.0.0.0.0.0 to the half range 50.127. That is the range, right? 0.0.0. 255 full we have to update 255. That is a range, right? So the first IP is given to the S3, which is a subnet ID, right? And the last IP, which is 50.2.127.255.255. That is a broadcast ID for subnet 3. So this is a broadcast ID for subnet 3, right? Similarly for S1, 52.128.0.0, right? The range of this one is 52.128.0.0 to 52.191 255.255. Simple. This is the range. So the first IP is for the subnet ID for S1, and the last IP for the broadcast IP for S1. The remaining, whatever the IPs, which is near about 2 raised to power 22 minus 2. We have to exclude these two things, right? Subnet, that is given as a host address for S1. Similarly, for S3, we have 52.255.255.255. This one, right? This one. See, this is the range. So this is the range for subnet S2. Similarly, now the thing is, we divided our subnet, the whole network, into 3 subnet, right? S1, S2, S3, right? So the whole network, the network ID is 52.0.0, means it is same with the subnet 3. It is same with the subnet. The whole network is 52.0.0, right? So it is same with it. Yes, any question? Right? Similarly, the broadcast IP S2 network, the broadcast IP of S2 subnetwork is same with the whole
Deepak
network.
sir, one moment. Sorry, sir, to disturb you. Sir, one thing, you are taking class in homeroom. Okay. We usually create a room for a particular class. That's one thing. I think
Okay.
we didn't create it. And second thing, okay, I'll do the required setting change. When anyone connect, we have a setting to mute the person. Yeah. So guys, he's audible. Nikita, he's audible. Yeah, okay, I'll do required change in that setting because if any new guys join, they can, it automatically, it should. Yeah, okay, sir. So that we will do required thing after this class. Okay, we'll discuss, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. All is well, right, guys? Any issue? Okay, thank you, sir. Then you can carry. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, guys, you understood the broadcast IP of whole network is same with the broadcast IP of S2 network, right? The whole network ID is same with the subnet ID of S3 network, right? It makes sense, right? Agree? So now, see. Now see how we do masking. Like some IP request came to my external router. Some IP request came to my external router. So how this external router will decide, or how the internal router will decide where I have to go, right? Where I have to go, in which subnet I have to go, for which subnet request came, right? See how the masking I am doing. So in the table, there are 3 entry, right? There are 3 entry for S3. This is in internal router table. The previous table. This is the internal router table. This is the internal, in which I have 3 entry. In which I have 3 entry about subnet. The first S3, S1, S2. Now any request comes to this router, and how it will do masking. I'm just saying. So let's say this is a destination address. Let's say this is a destination address, right? Now from this destination address, the first entry of the table will do the masking. Okay. What is that first entry of the table? /9. That is the masking, right? See, first entry is /9. Next entry is /10. Next entry is /10. This is for S3. And this is for S1, and this is for S2. You know that part, right? So the first entry masked with the destination address is came. Now you are doing the bitwise AND or logical AND. Whatever the result comes, so the result comes is 52.0.20.0. Okay, now whatever the packet comes, that packet we have to send to S3. Simple, S3. Now let's say another destination address, different. Now let's say different destination address. Okay, size. I think size is having question. Understood. S3. Why S3? I choose because it masked with the first entry. Or I'm getting the network. I'm getting the subnet ID as the same. Is the first entry are fixed? Yes. See, when we are dividing, see what is the meaning of entry? When we are dividing the whole network into the sub networks, we have to store all this entry into the router, right? So this is like during configuration, we are making change and putting entry into the routing table. Yes, every time that some other information is dynamic, not this information. The masking information is fixed during the configuration of the network, but some other information that we will talk about later in later lectures. But this information, the masking information, will remain fixed. That will be during the configuration, how we are doing the configuration of the network. That's it. So, right? Similarly, see the next example you will get. This destination addresses come into the internal router. So the first entry will do the masking with this IP address, right? Okay, my voice is breaking. Okay, guys, fine. Now, just give me a few seconds. Guys, fine. Oh. Guys, say yes or no. Say yes or no. Okay, fine. Okay. So, see, now this is your second address. This is your second address. If this is your second address, I will do the masking with the first entry. But I didn't get, if I do the masking, let's see, 161, right? With /9. With /9 means the second octet, the first bit, right? 128. You have to mask with this one. If you do the masking, you are getting or not? No, we are not getting. Same way. So it does not get S3. Similarly, why? Because here we are getting what we are getting? This network subnet ID. So this is not a network. This is not a subnet ID of S3, right? Now do the masking with the second entry. Okay, now I am doing the masking with the second entry. Okay, I'm getting 52.128.0.0. Yeah, this is the same, right? It is a subnet ID of S1. Okay, the packet will go to the S1. Now see the third example. Now see the third example. 52.200.1.2, right? Now I am doing the masking the first entry with 9. Oh, didn't get something else. Now I am doing the masking with the second entry. No, this masking is not, I'm not getting for the S1, because in the second entry for the S1, right? The first entry for the S3. Now the third entry I'm doing with the third entry. Yes. Now fine. Now fine. The masking is happening. I'm getting the same. The which is C, which is 152.192.0.0. Right? Yeah, caution. Voice breaking a bit still in between. Okay. I think there is no network issue here. I think network is very proper. Like, maybe my voice is low. Now, so does this keep checking for submit one by one? Yes, yes. Until they did not find. Gayatri, until they did not find, they will keep checking this one by one. So we have to visit each and every table. Each and every table. This is the worst case. The worst case, let's say n entries are there. N entries are there. So worst time will be there. This is your the worst time to this one. The last up to last entry we have to go. So this is your time complexity to execute this processing, right? Understood? Okay, so this is how internal router do masking. Clear? Right, good. So masking part is done, hierarchical part is done. You understood the hierarchical subnetting. So in the hierarchical subnetting, different sides of subnets are there, right? So how we do the masking with the internal router, we already studied. Similarly, whatever the entry in the external router, we do the masking in the same way. But in the external router, only one entry is there, only about the network, right? Only about the network. There is no entry about the subnetwork, because there is first the packet will come to the external router. From that external router, it will go to the internal router, right? So every router is doing their own work. Every router is doing their own work. Now see the classless inter-domain routing. So see, in the 1990, the classful addressing are designed and assigning to all the company institutions, right? No design, start assigning to the company, institutions, organization, government organization is done. So, but in 1993, the people realized there are so many problems with the classful addressing. So they came up with the idea with the CIDR, which called classless inter-domain routing. Classless inter-domain routing means a group of IP assigned to any company. Whatever the group of IP, this is my requirement. As a company, I need 3,000 IP address. Okay, I will go with some certain rules. With some certain rules, I took some group of IP and assigned to that particular user as per the demand. This is called classless inter-domain routing, right? As per demand, just you have 2 raised to power 32 IP pool. One pool is there. You have pool which contain 2 raised to about 32 IPs, right? You have pool. That number of IPs in the pool is there. So if someone came, I go to the pool, pick few as per requirement that number of IP address and given to that person, right? With some certain rules. Some rules are there you have to follow and give that. So there is so much flexibility in this. So right now, whatever we are doing in the internet, on our laptop, on internet service provider or company or institution, they are using the same technique, CIDR. This is the practical thing. This is the practical thing what we are doing. The Airtel is provided, or your Jio or your other network, Vodafone, whatever. This is how we are feeling. So the question comes from this topic most of the time. See, so classful is the old concept. This is the latest which we are using. Now we are using IPv6 also, that we will study in the further later lectures. But right now in IPv4, CIDR is the main thing. Now see, this is IA NA, this is the authority, internet authority, who will assign the address space, who will assign the address space to ISP. See, Airtel is the internet service provider, but whom is assigning the block of IP or some address space to the Airtel? IANA. This is your main internet authority. This is your main authority who will assign the block of IP address to any ISP, any company, any institution, right? And IANA assign consecutive IP address, means continuous IP address, consecutive IP address up to the number you want, based on some rules, right? Some certain rules are there we have to follow. So the group of IP address assigned to you called CIDR block. So whatever the group of IP address I'm assigning, some block I'm assigning in which that so many IPs are there as per requirement, we call this block as a CIDR block. CIDR block, right? So the representation, the notation of CIDR is your 32-bit number format /n, which is masked. Let's say x dot y dot z dot w /x. So x can be anything, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 up to 32. Up to 32 x can be masking. So that flexibility we have. Now there is no class system, no classful system, right? This is a notation. See how we are doing. So let's say we want 32 IP addresses. Let's say in our class 32 students are there and all these guys want one IP address. So the class want 32 IP addresses for company, right? One company. So take any IP. I just taking any IP, right? This, and it is starting from 32, right? Now add this, including this one, including this IP, add 32 IPs total. So the range will be 10.10.1.32 goes to 63. This range actually assigned, the IANA assigned a CIDR block, this number of group of IP to company, right? So that in that complete block, how many IPs are there? 32, because that much is required, right? The first IP will call as a block address. We will call as a block address, the first IP. And the last IP of the range, we will call as a broadcast IP, right? We will call as a broadcast IP. That block given to the company. Simple. So now see, why 27? See, if 32 I want, 32 IPs I want, it means how many host bits should be there? 5 bits, right? 5 bits should be there in the host bit, right? It makes sense. If 32-bit IP is required, means 5 bit for the host. So 2 raised to power 5 means 32. That numbers. So that is a host bit. So the remaining will be is the network part. It means 32 minus 5. How much left? 27. This is for masking. Why? Because when you minus 5 from 32, you can find out the subnet mask or network mask, right? So from this 27, I'm getting the mask. That's why it is 27. Because I need only 32 IPs only. For 32 IP, the whole, how many bits should be in the host part? 5 bit. Fine. See, now this is your external router and this is your block. This is your block with 32 IP addresses, and all the hosts inside, how many hosts possible? 30 hosts, right? The first IP block address, the last IP broadcast IP, the remaining IP given to the each host. So the 30 hosts are connected with the internal router. 30 hosts are connected with the internal router and the whole block is connected with the external router, right? Now, external router will mask the host address if we get this one. Let's say whatever the address came as a destination, it will do mask. And if we get this address, which is the first IP address of the block, then it will forward to this block. Then it will forward to this network, right? Or if it does not get this, IP, let's suppose it get different IP, which is this one, then the external router will discard. Okay, this packet is not for this block, this packet for another block. Or from the external router, let's say this network is also not linked, that's better to discard. If he is able to find out this network, then it will forward to that particular network, otherwise it will discard. Yeah, question. Nice question. Say yes or no if you understood.
Sure.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can you explain that 32 by 27 block?
32 by 20. Okay. See. Okay. Please mute. Please mute. Okay. And Sai, I got the question. First, Sai, your answer. Yes, all the IP will be in the order. There are some rules are there. We will learn now in the next slide. What are the rules to assigning the IP, to assign the block to the user? Yes, we will talk about what is the order of the IPs. Right. It is all the IPs in order. The second question you're asking about 27 or why 27. See what I'm saying. Some IPs there. See, this is a classless. Like, so we can't think in the class term, first of all, with class A, class B, class 3, class 4. No, some random IP choose, some random IP with some rules, We will learn that rules. Some rules you have to pick. Now the point is the number of IP we have to give to the user is as per the requirement, as per the demand. Means dynamically we are giving some IP from the pool to the company. And now in this case, 32 IP address I need for the company. So I went to the IANA, sir, please give me 32 IP from your pool. Okay, now IANA think, okay, you need 32 IP. It means how many host bits are required for this? 5 bits, right? That makes sense. 5 bits are required as a host bit. So 5 bits are required of the host bit, means host bit always come from the right side, from the last part, right? And network start from the starting. Host start and host from the is always when the network complete, then host start, right? This is So the 5 bit, these are the 5 bit is sufficient. It's sufficient for me, right? Now see, 5 bit is sufficient for me. So the mask, the remaining will become as a mask, which is 27. That's why 32 minus 5, right? 32 minus 5, which become 27. 32 minus 5. So the remaining will be, this is a masking, right? See, that entry exists in our router. So how we will do the masking? /27 is there, /28 is there, /29 is there. It depends. This is a prefix length, right? Got it? Why 27? Yes, sir. Okay, any other question? Gayatri is typing. Sir, how the routing table will be maintained in external for all this block, as this will be huge number of blocks? Yes, it will be huge number of blocks, number of entry will be more. For this, yes, that is an issue. That's you come to the conclusion of the CIDR. That will be an issue. Number of entry will be more in the external, right? So for this we have to aggregate. For this we have to do super netting, like join multiple block and make them into one block. That is a solution. So we will talk about later. That is right. You are going in the right approach. Good question, Gayatri. Okay, the Sai is typing. So some question from the Sai. Sir, if you don't mind, can you repeat the 27 masking? Yes, of course I can. See, guys. First of all, this is a group of a pool of IP which contain 2 raised to power 32 IPs, right? Up to here is clear. Now, some person or some company went to IANA, Internet Authority, right? IANA, Internet Authority, it went and ask, I need 32 IP addresses. So with some certain rules, first of all, he wills how many IP it requires, means 32 IP is required. So 32 IP is required means how many bits are required in the host part. How many bits IP, how many bits are required in the host part? 5 bits are sufficient. See what I am saying. So 5 is sufficient. So it means 2 raised to power 5 IPs are possible in the block, right? It's possible. That is sufficient. And leave whatever, this take random IP, whatever IP is there. Don't care about the IP number. But you need 32 IP. Okay, I will give 32 IP. So let's say some random IP 10.10.1.32. Start from 32. So there are some rule to choosing the first IP. We will talk about. So start from first IP and the continues up to 63. So these are the 32 IP. See, 32 to 63. How many? 32, right? That's the 32. So 32 IP I given with some IP by doing some one. So remaining bits how many? 27. Remaining bits how many? 27. So these 27 it become as a network, right? The 5 bit for the host, the remaining bit as a network. So for network to finding the first IP, you need subnet, right? You need subnet. So subnet means that 27 bit will be 1111111 while calculating the block IP address. While calculating the network IP, you need subnet. So that subnet will be all 1111.00. So this we will do the logical AND with the IP address of the block and to find out the first IP of the block. Same way, whatever we are doing in the class full. But here we have so much flexibility. Yeah.
Sir, how did the remaining addresses will be there? Because 32 from 32 to 63, all the 32 addresses will be there, no, sir?
Yes.
Then how come the remaining addresses like 27 would be?
Remaining address is not there. But this is like 27 bits. I'm saying bits, not address. See. Yeah, what I'm saying. These are the bits. Like 5 bit I choose. Take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits. The remaining bits. This bits how many? 27, right? 32 minus 5. This 32 is a bit. And okay, you are confusing with this one. I'm asking 32 and minus from 30. See, 32-bit IP address. You know that is a different thing. So that minus 5 I am doing from the 32-bit IP address. Now this is the number of IP address I require. Leave 32. Okay, from here you are getting confused. The word because 32 are the same thing. Let's say I need 64 IP address. For 64 IP address, how many bits are required as a host bit? 6 bit. How many required as a 6 bit? So now 32 minus 6, which is 26 bit for the subnetting. This is what I am saying. So now I am mining same with the 32. So you are confusing with the 32. Okay. So okay. Example is maybe little tricky for you. Fine, but you should aware about this. Look the pacing concept. A company is not asking give me 32-bit IP something. Asking for 32 IP address in numbers, right? Okay, good. If you are little confused, better to ask. Now there are some rules of CIDR block to assign. So these rules are designed by this one IAMA. So first rule is all the IP address in the CIDR block must be continuous, like similarly in this way from 32 to 63 in the same way 32, 33, 34, 35, 38. It should be continuous. First rule is done. The second rule, the size of the block must be presentable as power of 2. So the power of 2 means 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 3, 2 raised to power 4. It means 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Only that number of IP we can assign. Let's say I want 100 IPs. Then the INA will assign to me 128 IPs, not 100. But in the near range is 128. Similarly, if I need 200 IPs, then IANA will assign to me 256 IPs, right? 256 IPs. This is the second rule. The third rule is the first IP address of the block must be divisible by the size of the block. Let's say the size of the block is 256, right? So whatever the first IP of this block must be divisible with 256. Must be divisible with 256. These are the three rules. First rule, all IP must be continuous. Second, it must be presentable as a power of 2. And the rule 3, the first IP of the block must be divisible by the size of the block. So if we do if we apply these rules, then we can assign our one block to any company. Fine, easy. Now see. So what is the meaning of first IP divisible means? The divisible thing we are talking about. Let's say divisible things. Let's say 64 is the first IP. There are some things. Whatever the random number be, it should be divisible by. No. Again, you are confusing. Whatever random number, no. Whatever the first IP. Whatever the first IP, yeah. In the first IP, whatever the IP number, whatever the random IP number, but the first IP of the block. Only the first IP of the block must be divisible by the number of IP address in the block, the size of the block, right? First IP only. But that random possible. The IP address random, yeah, I am agree, but the first IP, right? So now see, this 64 is there, right? 64 is there. And check, it is divisible. Let's say it is divisible by 8. Yes, it is divisible by 8. Okay, this one is possible. This one is possible. Let's say 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Okay, it's not done. 71, 72. 8 IPs are assigned. 8 IPs are assigned. So this 8 means the size of the block is 8, right? So the first IP is 64. That 64 is divisible by 8. Yes, it is divisible by 8. Yes. So that IP can be first IP. Can be first IP of the block possible. This is a one way. The divisible thing, you know. The second way to calculate is, let's say this IP is there. This IP is there. Some address is there. Some address is there. Now, the number of 0, if we are getting from the right hand side, that thing we can say it is divisible. Let's say it is divisible by 2 raised to power 1. It is divisible by 2 raised to power 2. What I'm saying, the number, the LSB, right? The LSB is coming 0. That possible, the divisibility is there. So it can be possible, it is divisible by 2 raised to power 5. Yes, because the LSB 5 bit we are getting. LSB 5 bit we are getting. Similarly, it is divisible by 2 raised to power 6 because the LSB 6 bits are coming. It's the another way. The normal way is there. Let's say 64 divided by 64. Yes, 0. It is divisible. It is divisible. But to always correct, and if you follow the proper procedure, better to look in this way. So the same thing I am doing. The way 64 divided by 64 is all the bits are 0 or not, right? And similarly, try with 2 raised to power 7. Okay. Try with 2 raised to power 7, right? So if you divide 64 divided by 2 raised to power 7 means 128. 64 divided by 128. It is divisible? No, because this all LSB are not coming 0, 0 because 1 is there. 1 is there. This is another way to think it is divisible or not, or normally 64 divided by 128. No, it is not divisible, right? So that this for this, let's say if the size of the block, is 128, then the first IP, this first IP not possible. Not possible. This first IP is not possible because the 64 is not divisible by 128. That is a trick. That is a rule actually. You have to always calculate. How we will calculate? So let's say example 2048. Size 2048 is the size, means 2 raised to power 11. 2 raised to power 11. This is 2048. That is the size of the block. So it means you're from the least significant bit, 11 bit. Least significant 11 bit must be 0. Then only the IP address we can assign first IP address for the block. Guys, say yes or no. This is very important. You got it, the divisible part. Say yes or no.
Sir,
Yes.
in the same way we can say it is divisible by 2 power 4, 2 power 3, 2 power 2, no sir?
Yes, बिल्कुल same way. Let's say 2 power 2 it is divisible by, of course 0 0 is coming for 2 bits are 0, right? Similarly 2 power 3, yes 3 bits are 0. 2 power 4, yes 4 bits are 0 from the LSB. 5 bits are 0, yes it is 5 bits are 0. 6 bits, yes 6, 7, no. So 2 bits what? Only 2 bits what? Only 4 IP I'm assigning to the block. This 2 bits one, this 2 I'm using, it means by 2 raised to R2, right? So 4 IP in the block. Yes, the first IP is possible. Because see, this is a pool of IP, some group of IP I'm choosing. So there are some rules. So let's say 2 raised to 5. 2 raised to 5 means that is the size of the block, means 32 IP. So 5 bits are 0. Okay, 5 bits are 0. Yes, that is possible. This IP is possible for the first IP of the block. Got it, Sai? Okay. We are starting. Let's see. Any question on this? Yes. Okay. So all clear. Everything is clear. No need to worry. Now come to the next point. So in the CIDR, okay, it's the same thing. Like in the CIDR, without CIDR, we say this is a masking. This is a subnet mask. Right? Now, if you represent with the CIDR, make them 29 like this, because this is also a 29. This 8 bits plus 8 bits plus 8 bits. Now up to here 24. Now 5 bits. 248 means what? So this is 248, right? So this both meaning /29 and the subnet mask is the same thing. It is a representation with the CIDR. That's it. This is how we represent, right? Okay. Now the question is, let's say which of the following can be the beginning address? Beginning means first IP, right? Which of the following can be beginning address of the block that contains 16 addresses? Now the block size is 16. Now tell me. You tell me. You tell me. What will be the answer? From A, B, C, D, try with whole option. Okay. Now fine. I think it was on mute maybe. Okay. Right. Okay. That's my mistake. I unmuted. Okay, you got it. A and C, right? It's clear. Fine. Okay. Next, try it. Now try with this one. 256. Try with 256. And then 256. B and C. Okay, now we are seeing B and C. We will see. 256 means words, 8 bits, right? 256 means words, 8 bits. 2 raised to power 8, right? 2, B and C, yes, because the last octet is 0. Last octet is 0. So it is divisible by 256 because 8 bits are 0. So yes, B is there, C is there, but 32, no, 52, no. Answer is B and C, right? Yes, because 8 bits are there. In another way, 0 to 56 is always divisible, right? Always divisible. Means I'm saying always it is divisible. Okay, guys, any question on this? Guys, any question on this? Okay, no. Fine, go next. Now try with this one. That is interesting. Now try this one. This is means 2 raised to power 10 bits. So 10 bits are there. So from A and D are not possible. You have to just check this one. C, right. Yes, C is possible. See, in the 42 means what? 32, 16, 80, or no, 0. This is your 42. No, this is your 42, right? So the 10th bit is 1. 10th bit is 1. See, this is your 32. This is your 8. This is your 2, right? So then only becomes 42. So psi, the 10, this is, see, the next octet is 0, right? So 8 bit is done. 9th bit is 0. The 10th bit is 1. So this 42 is not possible. Answer is only C. Psi, you got it. Why it is not B? Understood? 10th bit is 1, so it is not 0. So the LSB bits must be 0. Okay, and in another way, let's say if you're confused, still if you're confused with that, in another way, so divide this 2 raised to power 10 in the octet form, means 2 raised to power 2 and dot 2 raised to power 8. So this 2 raised to power 8 is divisible to 0 is done. Now check this 2 raised to power 2 means 42 divided by 4 is divisible. No, it is not divisible. This way also you can do, right? Try 2 raised to power 2 divided by 42 because this is third octet and these bits are third octet. So 42 divided by 4 or 2 bits should be 0. In the same any way you can do. That's an easy thing, right? So let's go next. So the C in the prefix length, C in the prefix length /1, which is 128.0.0.0 masking. It is possible. /1 is also possible, right? /1 is also possible. It means any company or any big organization or any government organization asks, I need some space. Which how much space? 2 raised to power 31 IP address I need. 2 raised to power 31 IP address I need. So what is the masking will be 32 minus 1, 32 minus 1, which will be 31. That's why prefix length /1. So everything is possible. /1, /2, /3, /4, up to /32. But in the class full, only this one is possible. For the class A, this is your class B, this is your class C, right? Only this one. So the class full addressing is a special case of classless addressing, is like that, right? Got it? Easy one, right? So this is every combination is possible. So whatever the classful addressing is there is a part of classless now. Because in the classless we have so much address flexibility. Now see one more. Now this IP address is given. This IP address is given. What is the first address in the block if one of the address is 140.120.84.424/20? Some random IP is given. I'm asking see, this is one block and some random IP is there, right? /20. Now I'm asking the block address of the first IP. Tell me the first IP of this block by looking this one, right? You know the mask thing. Right? Try. Tell me. Just apply the masking here. That's it. Nothing else. 140.120.84.24. Masking means 255 up to 20. So up to here 16-bit is done, right? The remaining 111100 dot, it will be 0. So this part is 0, right? That's first 4 bit of, it means first 4 bit of 84. 84 first one means 64 and 60. Yes, this is first 4 bit. So the first 4, this is meaning of 80. This is 80, right? You know the whole octet is 80. So the first IP address is 140.120. I'm doing logical and that's it, 80.0. So this is the first IP. This is my first IP of the block. Because 20 is given, just do the masking with the IP address, your network ID or your block IP will come, right? Easy? Say yes or no. Nikita, Gayatri, Bhavya, Sanjeev, Sai, yes. Just ping me yes or no, so I'm getting all on the same page. Okay, good. Now try. Now, okay, this is the same way whatever I did. So I'm getting like this one as a network ID or block IP. So answer will be 140.120.80.0. This is the answer, right? Okay, the solution is done. Now one thing, find the number of addresses of the block if one of the address is this one. Now good thing, the same IP again, the first IP you got it, right? Now I'm asking number of IP addresses. Number of addresses in the block if one of the address is this one. Number of address you have to tell in the block. How many? See, number of address means host bit. Here 20 bits are given for the masking. So 32 minus 20, which is 12. So how many number of address? Tell me in the block. 2 raised to, not like in this, or you can say 2 power 12. That number of IP address is possible, right? That number of IP address to the given, that the first IP for the block, the last IP for the broadcast, remaining with the host. I think Bhavya right. Remaining with the host, right? But here we are asking number of addresses only. So if the question they will ask, tell me number of host address, then you have to mention 2 raised to power 12 minus 2, which is 4096 minus 2, which is 4094. That is the host addresses, right? They can ask this one also. Yes, I think clear. Okay, find the last address. This is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. Find the last address in the block if one of the address is this one. Same IP, this one. I'm asking the last address of the block. Last address. How will you calculate? Yes, screen is visible, na? Right, guys? Okay, let's see. Sanjeev is saying 140, 120, 95.50. Yes, that we'll see. Other, you have to tell the last address of the block. See, the last address means 20. See, how many IPs are there? 2 raised to 009. That number is there, right? Total IPs. The first IP you know. We already calculated 120.80.0. So add 4096 including 80. So other, if you are excluding 80 this IP, then you have to add 4095, right? Then you have to add 4095. Whatever the IP minus 1, add with that, right? So it means 2 raised to our 8 is complete for the last octet, right? The remaining how many? Remaining, see, 4096. 4096 means 2 raised to power 4 multiply 2 raised to power 8, right? 12 bits are there. So this is complete. That should be complete. And this is 16, right? The one IP is fixed. So 1 means 15. Just add 15 here and dot 255 add, right? See, so 140 dot 120. In simple way, I'm just telling 80 from the first IP. This is first IP. You have to add. So 255 dot here 50. Why this is 250? This is 2 raised to 8. Okay, and this is your range is 16 because 2 raised to 4. But one IP 80 I'm already using. So you have to do minus 16 minus 1, which is 15. So 95 here 255 dot 120 dot 140. The another way better whatever the subnet mask is there, na, take the complement of subnet mask. Complement of subnet mask and add. So see here in the subnet mask, complement means 4 bits. Okay, so all are 1 1 1 1. Here all are 1 1 1. They here 4 bits are 1, right? Remaining 0 0 0 0 dot last 0 0 0 last. So take the complement. Complement will be 0 dot 0 dot 15. It will come 15, right? Because this 4 will be 1 1. Remaining all 255. Add this one. There are two ways. Better to calculate or take the complement of the subnet mask and add with the first IP. Add with the IP, not with the first IP, right? So that number of you can get easily the last IP. See. So the other way is just take the complement of the subnet, right? And find out. The answer will be this one. Agree? Guys, agree? Say yes or no. Okay, good. So it work out. Yes, it work always. It's the same thing, nah? Right? It's the same thing. Okay, now GATE 2019 question. Okay, you got the basic, everything is clear. Now see how the question comes with the subnetting and all these things. Okay, see, consider the 3 machine. M and P with IP address this one. 3 machines are there. This one, this one, this one. Right? The subnet mask is given. Here, subnet mask means what? 252. It means 30. Right? Because last two IP only. Last two IP, last 2 bits are host bit. 252 means, right? See, 252 means what? This is 252. So 30 bits for the masking. Which one of the following is true? M and N belong to the same subnet, or only N and P, only different subnet, or this one? So you have to tell which option is right. Simple. 2019 question, very simple question came. Just you have to do the masking. Do bitwise AND with all the IPs and see the network is coming same or not. If the network ID is coming same, then we can say they are belonging to each other. Try this one. So see, main thing is the last. Main thing is the last. Otherwise, all are same. 252. Just convert into binary check. Then 5, 252. 6. Sandeep, you are saying something? Yes, easy, no. Now it's just do it fast. Answer is B. Yeah, right, Bhavya. Answer is B. Yes, answer is B. Just you have to do masking, that's it, nothing else. Nikita, Gayatri, Sai. B. Yes, answer is B. Okay, Sai, everyone got it, right? Easy. So same way, just I am doing this is width and this 52. I'm checking 0 will come, right? Similarly, 5 is there and 252. Here 4 will come, right? Then 6 is there and 252. Here 4 will come. So this are both are same. This is right N and P, but this is 0, right? So different. Okay, let's next question. This is 2020 gate question, right? Here also we have to apply multiple things. See, the organization required a range of IP address. Means a company require a range of IP address to assign one of each of its 15 computers. So now in my company, 1500 computers are there, right? And the organization has approached to ISP. ISP, let's say Airtel. This is Airtel. ISP is Airtel. And the ISP use CIDR and serve the request from the available IP address space. So IANA gave some address space to Airtel. Gave some space to the Airtel. So one of the company goes to ISP, not INA, going to Airtel and asking, give me some IPs, right? Some address space is there. The ISP want to assign an address space to the organization, which will minimize the number of routing entry. Which will minimize the number of routing entry in the ISP router using root aggregation. Root aggregation, okay, that is a main thing. We will talk about that thing. Root aggregation means you are combining multiple blocks into one. You are combining multiple blocks into one, right? So which one of the flowing address space or potential candidate from the ISP can allot any one of the organization? You have to tell. Which one of the flowing address space or potential candidate from the ISP can allot any one of the organization? Try. Okay, you have 5 minutes. Try, think what is possible and tell me, then we will discuss the solution. $1,500 IP I needed from the address space. Address space is given. From that address space, I need 15 IP. So 1500 IP, the hint I am giving, it means how many bits for the host bit. That's important. How many? 1500 means 11 bits are sufficient. So the remaining will be subnet. Now you have to join. You have to calculate. You got it. I need 11 bits. I am giving the hints that now try. Okay, Gayatri, right. Bhavya, right. I think you understood. Nice. This is like a complex question normally. So see, main thing is this is 8 bits, this is 8 bits and 3 bits, 11 bits, right? Is required from the address space. So our network ID, you know this one, because 17 bits for the network ID. But the remaining, these 4 bits are the subnet. It becomes as a subnet. This is a subnet, right? So this 4 bits as a subnet. So this 4 bit is subnet means 2 raised to power 4, 16 subnet possible. 2 raised to power 4 means 16 subnet possible. 16 subnet possible, right? Now we have to check each and every IP. Okay, which subnet is possible in this way? See, which subnet is possible? Means your host bits should be 0, right? Check 84. Let's say if I take example 84. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. See, this is your 64. This is your 16. And this is your 4. So 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 4. It's 64 plus 16 plus 4 means 84, right? Now you have to check the four bits. You have to check these 4 bits. Okay, these 4 bits, subnet bits, which is 1011. Okay, that's fine. But in the host bit, 1 is coming. In the host bit, 1 is coming. So this is a IP, right? Not a subnet ID. We have to assign a group of IP. The first IP, we are looking for the first IP. So the host bit is 1, so we can't assign the first one. We can't assign first, right? Now check 104. Now check 104. This is 0. 104 means 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. See, here, this is your 64. This is your 32. This is your 8. So it's becoming 104 or not? I think 96 plus 8, 104. Yeah, fine. So now check 4 bits. This is 4 bits. This 4 bits. right? Yes, 110 is there. Remaining 4 host bits are 00, and remaining next octet is 0, you know. So yes, we can assign this one. Why? Because this is a subnet ID is possible. That subnet ID is possible, right? Similar way, check with the 64. Check with the 64. Check with the 64. Yeah, 64 is easy part. Okay, this 4 bits is there, right? So 4 bits is there. The remaining 3 bits and other are 0, right? Yes, this is also possible. This is also possible. Now check with the 144. 144 means 128. So 128 and 16. This is 144. Now check with the 4 bits. Yes, this is 1 point something, but this is 0. The thing is here 1 come. The thing is here 1 come. So the 16th bit, this bit, 17th bit can't be 1, right? Cannot be 1. So only answer 3. Guys, because this is network is different. This network is different. See, the first 3 can lie in this. First 3 can lie this one. This can't lie in this network because that network itself different, right? But point is the subnet is same. The subnet is possible. Only this two subnet is possible. Okay, clear. Fine. I think Sanjeev, everyone clear? Yes. Now, good. Just you have to do find out the subnet part and check that subnet is possible or not. Or we have to remain in the same network. We can't that let's say one subnet is there and you are getting the subnet ID fine, but that complete subnet does not exist in the within the network, the main network. It means whatever the ISP network is there, then there is no use. Let's say you are getting subnet and you are going that subnet you are getting from Vodafone, not from Airtel, but you went to the Airtel, right? That it should lie that subnet in the Airtel. That is the meaning, if you see. Okay. So this is how this is a solution the same way. So this is solution. You can see for your reference. Now the question is, this is very good question. Very good. Very important also. I think in 2021, this types of question will come again. So this is a router table is given. Router table is given. In this net mask is there, network number is there, and hope. Hope means where you have to go, in which interface. See, this is your external router. Every router is connecting multiple ports. So each port is an interface. This interface is linked with this subnet. This interface is linked with this subnet. This interface linked with this subnet, right? Or one router is linked with another router. That is also possible, right? So this is like an interface, and routing table is there. Now for each IP address in group 1, this one, identify the correct choice. So this group 1 is a destination IP. This is a destination address, right? Is the correct choice of the next hop. So it come, one IP come, you have to tell me from this IP in which interface or in which router you will go, right? You have to tell me. Table is there, destination address is there. You have to do match the column for IP and tell me which answer will be there. Question is clear, easy. You know the masking thing, how you have to the masking. Table is given one by one. You have to do mask and check it is matching or not. And masking 54 means /31 is given. Oh, not 31. Last octet is 0. So 255.255.7. So 16 plus 7. That is the masking number. So that you have to apply and find out which packet will go where, which interface or router. Interface means your different subnet, and router means you know the different router. Answer is A. B. Bhavya is in B. Okay, now different answer is coming. Let's see. Okay. Try, guys. Other guys. Nikita, A. Okay, fine. Check the net mask in this one, because this is very important. In the 3, 254 is there, and the last one 252. Otherwise, default. Last, if we are not getting something, then we have to go to default. Right? The first IP is 128.96.171.91. So the mask is 254, third octet. So just take third octet, 171 or 254. 254. You have to do the masking, and you will get, which is 170. You will get 170 as IP if you calculate something, right? 170. Okay, yes. If you are doing with the first entry, yes, I am going to this network number. So interface 0. Easy. This is linked with this one straight. The next, take 167. Take 167 with 254. Try 167 with 254. What you are getting? You will get 166. Okay, where the 254, 160? Yes, 254, 1. Yeah, it will be third entry. Now our processing will happen. It will do with the first, then it will do with the second, it will do with the third. With the third only, it will get 166. Right? This is how the masking is going on. So this is R2. This is R2. This is R2, right? Similarly, try with that 163 divided by 160 divided this one. Try with 254 first. Check this. If you trying with 254, 163, it will come 162, right? It will come 162. So any 162 is there? No. Okay. The first part, the first, second, third is done. Now try with 163, 252. Try with 163, 252. 163, 252. If we are trying with this one, so what is coming? That will come 160. That will come 160. 163 to 52. 160 is 160 is there? No. What is remaining left? Default, which is router 4. Go for router 4, right? Like this. So first compare with this mask, then compare this mask. If nothing is coming off from the network number, go to the default. Similarly, the last one, 121, try with 254. 121, try with 254. So here you will get 164. No, from 254, 121, 254. 164, right, is not there, but here is there. So if you do with 252 again, it will come 164. So the answer will be router 3, I think. Yeah, this one. Right? So answer is A. Answer is A. Simple masking, the simple procedure you have to follow and do it. Guys, say yes or no. I think yeah, got it. Now try. Okay, this is solution you want to see. I'm trying first with 254. I'm getting 170, which is a part of network number. Then the second one, I'm trying to with 254 and getting 166 is a part of network, which is a router, right? Now try the third one. I'm trying with first 254. I'm getting 162. No, it is not a part of network number. Then I'm trying to 252. I'm getting 160, but it is not a mark. So the default, it will go default, right? The third one, the last one, this 164 is there and 254. I'm trying with that. I'm getting 164. but it is not a part of the 54. But if you try it to 52, it will get this one. So answer will be A. Okay, now see this question. In the network, this IP is given, right? Wow, 27. The fourth octet of the last IP address of the network which can be assigned to the host is the last octet. You have to tell me. Network IP is given, masking is given. I'm just asking the fourth octet in decimal of the last IP address and of the network can be. So just find out the last IP and tell me the last octet. Don't blindly do 255. No, you have to calculate the last IP. Easy. This should be easy, right? This is 144. 27 is there. So 4 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit, and 3. 24 is same, right? So 3 bit for it has a subnet ID. Answer is A. Yes. Nice. 58 or 58. Right, right. So you have to calculate the first IP address and then the range, how many IP address possible. So see, 32 IP address possible, right? 32 IP address possible. So it will be the first IP. If you compare, first IP will be, if you do, so this is your 128 is the first IP of your. So add 31 here. Okay, add 31 here. What you will get? So 32 IP address. So this is your 144. Now try. So add 32 here, 31. 128 plus 31, which is 159. So this is the last IP address, right? So I said the last IP address of the network can be assigned to the host. I'm asking to the host. The last IP address is the broadcast IP, right? Right? This is broadcast IP. The host IP of that is 158, right? Easy. So don't, if host is mentioned, right? If host is mentioned, then it means the broadcast IP we can't assign to the host. In the block, the first IP for the block IP, the last IP for the broadcast. And so the broadcast IP just immediate last one, 158 is the given to the host. Yeah. Any question, guys? Can you explain, sir? Yeah, sure. See what I'm saying. 144 is there, right? Which is meaning what 144? 100 right? This is your 144. Now I am just from this IP address, I am trying to find out the first IP. So first IP means 127 is there, right? So this is 3 bits, right? The remaining will be 0 because 32 IP address are there in the block. This is you got it, 32 IP address in the block because 32 minus 27, 5, that is the host bit. So 2 raised to 5 means 32 bit, 32 IP addresses. Now take masking, do the masking. What will be the network ID? This is your network ID, right? So it is 128. So the first IP of the block will be 128. So how many IPs possible? 32. So including 28, you have to add 31, right? Because 21 is already there, add this one. So it will be 159. So the last IP of the block is 159, the last IP. However, in the question, they are asking the last IP address of the network, which can be assigned to the host, right? This is broadcast IP. It can't assign, you can, and this first one is the network IP, or you can say block IP. Block IP. The remaining from 129 to 158, we can assign to host 129 to 158. So 158 is the last IP we can assign to the host. That's why 158. Clear? Bhavya, say yes or no. Nikita, you got it. I think everything is clear. Fine. You are going fine. Okay. 158. Okay. Now there is one thing I just want to discuss with you. And see, what is the meaning of hierarchical subnetting? This IP is given to the free soft organization. This example is a Wikipedia example I'm taking, right? This example of the CIDR Wikipedia. This freesoft.org. This IP is given to the freesoft.org. www.freesoft. This one, freesoft.org. But how this IP is assigned to this one? Okay, now only one IP is given, right? So there is no need of multiple IP to given to one organization. In this company, that name, domain name, what one IP, right? So that's why the masking is 32, right? But this free software, from where actually it took the IP? It took the IP from this address space, which is RAS public server, right? One server is there, so some address space is there. Address space means 24, means 2 raised to power 32 minus 24, 8. That number of addresses are there. RAS public server, 256 addresses are there. One of the address is given to the free soft. These 256 addresses, from where it is getting? It is getting from automation research system, right? Automation research system. So in this, how many addresses are there? 22 is there, means 2 raised to 10. 1024 addresses are with the automation research system. From that 1024 addresses, I am in that AR's public server is taking 256 address. From this 256 address, FreeSoft is taking one address for their domain name. Now this AR system, this is MCI department. This is MCI department. So this ARS system taking 1024 address from where? From this IP, from this address space. In this address space, how many? 32 minus 11. Tell me, 32 minus 11, how many IPs? Which is 21. So 2 raised to 21 IPs are there with the MCI system, and this AR system took 2 raised to 10 IP from 2 raised to 21. This is called hierarchical subnetting. This is how the hierarchical. I'm saying INA gives block of IP, some block of IP to the Airtel. Then Airtel is giving to the my company, let's say then EMC or Google, or let's say any Amazon in the Bangalore Amazon. Amazon is giving to the one business unit any product to the product, and from the product I'm coming to the my individual system. It's like this, right? It's like it's called hierarchical. So this is a hierarchy. This is a hierarchy. How we have to assign is going on. On the top, IANA is there. Right, guys? Guys, any question? You got it? Okay, Bhavya is writing clear. Okay. Clear, sir. Fine. Good. That is the thing, you have to visualize the things, right? So see, everything else is there. Okay, guys, one more question for you. I'm just writing here. You have block, no IP. Block IP is there, which is 139.15.79.89/26 slash. This is a block IP is there, and this block is divided into four subblocks. This block is divided into four subblocks, right? This block is divided into four subblocks. Now, two questions are there. First, calculate the range of block, means first IP to last IP. Calculate the range of block. And second, calculate the range of subblocks. Calculate the range of subblocks. Calculate the range of subblocks. Now you understood. One IP is given, a block IP is given with subnet mask, which is 26. So that complete block I divided into equal size with four blocks, four subblocks. So in the first part, I'm asking the range of the block, and then second part, range of the subblocks. First, second, third, fourth. You have that. Question is clear? Guys, question is clear? Just say yes or no. Yes. So try. We have little time. I think 14 minutes are there. That is more than enough. And this is our last question. Then you are good with the IPv4 addressing, and each and every question you can solve. And okay, my voice is clear. And what I'm saying. Okay, what I'm saying. In the next half an hour for supernetting. Supernetting means multiple subnetworks are there put into one network to save the number of entry in the routing table. You asked a question, that's called supernetting. Subnetworks are there, make them one super network. Okay, in the next lecture. Then we will start the basic of computer network, OSI model. Okay, try this question. This is better. Okay, and we will divide into four blocks, four subblocks. Try first, range of block. Try to find out the first IP, then number of IPs in the block, and range you will get easily. This block is there, right? The first IP and the last IP, this is the range. And number of IP, you know, 26 plus 6, 32. So 64 IP addresses are there in the block. Give me first answer, range of the block. Just tell me the last octet from where to where. Last octet from where to where. Guys, where you are getting issue? Just try. See, try with this. See, right 89 1011 001. This is 89, right? And you know subnet mask. Take this one. This is what I'm saying. Gayatri 64 to 128. See, this is number of 64 IP. I think this is 65 IPs, right? You have to do -1, 64 to 127. 64 total IPs are there. So 64 plus 63, it becomes 127 because including 64 also we are doing, right? -1, right? You know that. So here 64 come as a first IP. So here 64 come as a first IP. So how many IPs are there in the block? 64. So 64 to 127. So you know this is the last octet. Remaining you can see. So 139.15.179 to 64 to 127. This is the one way, right? Guys, clear? Yes or no? First part. Same thing, nothing is new. Just the first IP, the last IP. The last IP is 127 and first IP is 64. Nothing new. And now try the, now we are dividing into, okay, the main thing is how you represent the range. How you have to represent the range. First, here we have to represent it. 26 is in a slash, 64 to here. The next part is 127. This is the last octet I'm writing. Just and 26, right? This is the masking. Now, if we are converting into 4 sub-block, 4 sub-block means 64 IPs are there. Divided by 4 means 16 IP per sub-block. 16 IP per sub-block. Right? You know that thing. If 16 IP per sub-block I am doing, so how many bits for the host in the sub-block? 4 bits. 4 bits are required for the sub-block, right? 4 bits, 16 means. So the remaining will be the network. So masking means in the masking 32 minus 4, 28. So range for the sub-block, the mask will come for 28, right? Slash 28, right? This is the mask. So range. So first IP of the block is 152.50.79.64 slash 128. This is a range of first block I'm telling. Range of first block. Go to 16 IP, add 16 here. So 16 here. The last octet is 79 slash 128. Similarly, the next block will be 80 slash 28 to add 15 more, 95, right? The next will be 96 slash 28 to 111 slash 28. The next fourth block will be 112 slash 28 to 127 slash 28. See. So range here is what I'm saying. 64 is the first IP, right? But 16 IPs are required. So 28 will be the mask, not 26. That is a key point here. When we are dividing our block into sub-block, the mask will change, right? Mask means we represent the sub-block ID, right? You will find out. So mask will change. Similarly, 16 IPs are there. It means 79, 28. This is first. And what about second? Second, start from the next IP, 80, 28 to 95. Okay, these are the 16. And now what about the third, which is 96, 28 to 111. And the fourth one, 112, 28 to 120, which is the last IP. This is how we are dividing our own block into 4 sub-blocks. Guys, say yes or no. Second part. Okay, Gayatri, Bhavya, Sanjeev, everyone is clear, right? Okay, it's good. Any question you can ask, otherwise go to the same document I shared regarding computer architecture. In that, computer network questions is also there, right? All the previous question, about 50 to 55, 60 questions are there from the IP addressing. That is very important. Every year the question will come, so you have to revise. And any question you can ask anytime, right? Or the same group we can use for the computer network. And please try to be active on the group, because I made that group separate. That's the reason, because in the later time, like in the end time, we can revise that group also. Right? You can go to the classroom and open and revise all the question, but the discussion is going on. So that's why, that's my thinking, that's why I don't prefer WhatsApp, because in WhatsApp we are not going back and checking the. Yeah, sure. I think it will be uploaded here. Otherwise, I will share on the folder. Right? Sure. The both PPT I will share. Last lecture also, or this lecture also. Right? I will tell to Dinesh sir, please create some share group, and I will share. Okay. Any question? Right. I think I'm done. You can ask anything if you have a question. Fine. And please try to solve computer. Now I'm giving computer architecture question also, giving start day by day, maybe 2 days or 3 day, alternate days, maybe a 3 day, one question in 3 days. Try to solve and revise. Revision is a key. Again, I'm repeating. Maybe for you it seems like I'm joking. No, revision is the key. Practice plus revision. Without revision, you can't, because you have lots of syllabus. Lots of syllabus means 10 to 12 subjects are there. So each and every concept you have to revise. So you don't have time in the exam to remember something. Yeah, ye tha, wo tha. No, you can't. Okay. Give time for the revision. And once in starting, if you are doing revision good enough, then in the end time you don't need to revise actually. But if right now if you don't revise, and later if you try to revise, then you have to put more time. That's what I'm saying. It will be difficult. And start giving test also. Fine, I think. Done. I'm done. Thank you guys. You can leave. And Sanjeev, one more question. That recording will be saved by default, right? Just I have to do end meeting. Yeah, just end meeting. Okay, fine. Thank you. Stop the recording. It's only a pause option is there. Pause the recording, right? Okay, thank you.